Hello and welcome to Me, the Wife and Wrexham AFC.
A weekly podcast and YouTube channel where we discuss all things Wrexham.
So sit back, put your feet up, relax and let's get stuck in. Hello and welcome to episode 191 of Me, the Wife and Wrexham AFC. Siân on co-comms. Are you okay, Siân?
Nope.
No.
Still angry.
Still angry about Saturday?
Yes.
I haven't done anything that I don't know about.
No.
Okay, all right, that's fair enough.
Unless your name's VAR.
No, it's not. We'll get on to that. You can have your opinion aired.
My opinion.
Yeah, people just need to remember these are our opinions. You know, you don't have to agree with our opinions during this show. I'm sure lots of you have very different opinions. You're more than welcome to comment on the video and let us know what your opinions are. But we are going to spend the next hour telling you our opinions. So
because they are our opinions, people don't need to come for us. You can air your opinions all you like.
Yeah, and you can disagree. No, it's
fine. Of course you can disagree, but don't.
Of course you can.
We don't like nastiness on YouTube or anything. There's no place in this world for nastiness.
Look, if you're watching us on YouTube and you're not subscribed, but you find that you keep coming back, or you're brand new and you like what you see, then please like the video, subscribe to the channel. It hugely helps us out. If you're listening as a podcast and you're enjoying it, then why not leave us a 5-star review on Spotify, Apple, whatever platform that you listen to us on. We're also on social media at Me The Wife Pod, or you can email us, Me The Wife and Wrexham AFC at gmail.com. What's coming up, Shano?
So, we talk about the reason why I'm angry. We're going to talk about our FA Cup 5th round fixture against Chelsea. Wrexham are back in the USA this summer. More rival fans losing their minds.
Yeah.
What's new?
For numerous reasons this week. So, yeah.
Ryan's Welsh Word of the Week. And we look ahead at our FA Cup.
We don't.
We look ahead at our we look ahead at our two games we've got this week. So we've got Hull on Tuesday and Swansea on Friday. I believe it's Friday the 13th, isn't it?
FA Cup's dead to us now, so we can
move on.
It is
dead to us.
Yeah, we can move on.
Yeah, it's Friday the 13th, isn't it?
It is Friday the 13th.
Disgusting. Again, we have another game on Friday the 13th. This is the second one this year.
Second one this season, yeah. So, I don't know if that's bad omens. I don't know how people... Was the last...
Yes.
No, not the last game against Swansea, wasn't it? It was the 19th, sorry. That was Friday the 19th.
We had a game on Friday the 13th last month.
Did we?
Yes.
Oh, God. Is it a bad omen? No, I'm not that superstitious, really, that I think, no, I don't think so. It's not really one of my things. Anyway, babbling. Let's talk about Wrexham returning to the US this summer for 3 games, all on the East Coast this time.
If you say so.
Were they on the East Coast last? No, they weren't. They were on the West Coast. So I'm assuming that is why they're doing the East Coast this time. So
I think they're trying to allow as many fans.
Spread it around.
Exactly.
So they are playing Leeds in Tampa, Florida, on July the 25th.
I bet there'll be a few Wrexham fans visiting Florida, so they might have a little detour to watch a Wrexham game.
Yeah, I think. I'm not saying Wrexham, but British expats, there's quite a few in Florida. I think Florida's a place where a lot of people, if they are to emigrate to the US, tend to go to...
Sunshine State, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. You know, where they go for the sun. Someone I went to school with actually lives in Florida.
Someone I went to school with lives in Florida as well.
So it's, it is quite common. Shout out to Ricky if you're listening. I don't know if you are, but yeah. So it is something a lot of people in the UK. I say a lot. If they go to America, it tends to be to Florida. So yeah, Liverpool at Yankee Stadium, which is mental. That's on July the 29th, and then Sunderland in Philadelphia. I wonder why we're going to Philadelphia and New York. I wonder why. Anyway, and that's on August the 2nd. So really excited. 3 current Premier League teams. Whether they will all be Premier League teams come next season, I dare say they will be. Sunderland, Liverpool, far enough off the league. Yeah, they'll definitely be there. Leeds are flirting with relegation, but they're above it at the moment, and they look quite good. So, I dare say 3 Premier League teams will be facing next year. We met up with... I'm not moving on. This is relevant to what we're talking about.
Well, I was going to say something else about it. Other friends of ours.
Yeah. So yes. So we met up with Marcus before the Chelsea game. He's from Vegas. He was in Chicago for a conference and decided to come to Wrexham before going back to Vegas.
Which... Oh no! I think the Chicago conference was. He was going there anyway.
Yeah, I know he was. Yeah, I'm saying he was at a conference in Chicago and decided to come to Wrexham before going back to Vegas.
Mental.
Yeah, which sort of blew our minds a little bit, because when we have to travel 100 miles, we think, oh, God, that's far. And then you've got like people in the US going, yeah, I'll just go to this. A few people that we've gone, oh yeah, I was here, so I thought I might as well come to the UK while I was doing that. And
why not? Why not? And for a better game than it was on Saturday.
Love talking to Marcus. Marcus is great.
He's lovely.
But bought a gift for our son as well, which was really, really kind of him. He didn't have to do that, and he was very kind.
He bought it because he says that obviously he has to watch Poppy, our dog, whilst we're recording. So it was kind of like a thank you. I think he said it was a thank you for allowing us to entertain everybody. So he absolutely loves it, and I said I'd send a picture of him in it.
Yeah.
But Alfie was like, I'm not. When we got it on the Saturday, he was like, I'm not doing it now because my hair's a mess. And I was like,
he did, yeah.
Yeah, so, yeah.
Yeah, anyway, I was talking to Marcus and he asked whether there would be any sort of like interest in us going over to the States for some of these games, for some of these friendlies. And I explained to him that we have quite a small window every year to go on a family holiday. It sort of falls between when our son finishes school for the year and when the new season starts, and that always seems to be when these pre-season friendlies
we literally
are on.
Revolve our lives around the football.
Pretty much. So
yes.
For 2 of these games, we are actually on holiday. So for the Leeds game and the Liverpool game, we're on holiday. We're not on holiday for the Sunderland game, but to go on a family holiday for just over a week, come back, settle back in, and then jet off to Philadelphia to watch Wrexham. It's just not really...
I've only got 3.5 day holidays left.
Yeah.
I booked all my holidays for this year,
yeah.
So yeah.
So no, we won't be attending. We would love to.
Yeah.
And it might in the future. I don't think these friendlies are anything that are going away anytime soon.
No.
But so it might have to be something that we try and factor in to our sort of summer moving forward. But at the moment, no, there are no plans for us to head over. Were you surprised that we're going back to the US again? No.
Not at all, no. Because Rob said, actually, he said that, I think he said it on an interview, actually, after the FA Cup game, that, we're spreading the love. Oh, no, it might have been Ryan, actually. We're just, kind of spreading the love, basically.
Yeah,
I'm not sure those were his exact words, but, So, yeah, I've got, there's no, surprise. And, for all the, all the international fans that support Wrexham, You know, it's a fantastic opportunity because they might not be able to get over to the racecourse.
No.
But, you know, as they're in America and some of people live around these areas, it's a great opportunity for them to catch Wrexham playing live and for them to play in against Premier League teams. Although it is just a friendly, you know, it's such a great and fantastic opportunity. I think
it is. I think what I was trying to get at a little bit was we spoke about this last season where they'd done America. Then they'd gone out to Australia to do a tour.
Yeah.
And we were wondering whether
they were going to do Asia.
Asia was sort of on the radar, you know, to sort of go maybe play some games in Japan, something like that. We thought maybe was on the radar. So I think initially it surprised me they were going back to the States.
Did it?
Yes. Because I felt that's where they were going to go to try and spread the, shall we call it the Wrexham message around like it's some sort of religion.
It is really, isn't it?
Yeah, well, yeah. But
a good one, though.
But no, we're going back to the States. So not a shock, but I was a little bit like, oh, okay, we're going back to somewhere that, you know, we've already been. But obviously the fan base in the States is huge.
Yeah.
And you have to tailor your pre-season to allow, you know, where the majority of your fans are. So, you know, it makes sense that we're going to the States. Look, I'm excited for these games. I know I'm not even going to ask you. I know any sort of like a friendly game or anything like that doesn't really ring your bell, shall we say?
Doesn't tickle my pickle, no.
No, because it's, you know, it's obviously it lacks possibly the competitive edge that you like from football. I understand that, but exciting nonetheless. You know, these are. It's not like we're going back and we're playing Chelsea again, who we've played twice in pre-season.
God,
yeah,
Lord.
or you know what I mean. We're getting to see the team against other teams, and for all we know, this might be an opportunity to scope out 3 of our opposition for next season. We have no way of knowing whether, you know, how the end of the season's going to go, whether we're going to end up in the playoffs or not. You know, how well we do in them. You know, be interesting to see. So yeah, I am excited, and you know, you are able to sort of sign up now, aren't you, for like a
yeah. Lewis O'Brien did an early bird thing on the
yes.
on the Wrexham socials. Yeah.
Look, you mentioned that we've got the Swansea game coming up on Friday. A chance for us to put right what went wrong in South Wales.
Yep.
We'll come on to talk about that game a little bit later. I think the thing I mentioned about rival fans sort of losing their head again about Wrexham this week.
So boring now. Come on, move on.
Yeah.
We're not going any west anytime soon. So
the thing that rattled the cages this week was so Sky have announced that Ryan and Rob are going to be on co-coms for the Swansea game. Now, they didn't really... I think Sky sort of knew what they were doing by... For most games, there is a red button commentary. Right, okay. I don't know if the red button is a thing around the world, but in the UK, you can press the red button on your remote for additional options on certain programs.
Is that just for Sky?
No, sometimes you get it on terrestrial TV as well and stuff like that. It's called it's red button anyway. But you know, you press the red button when you're watching a game, and there is options for alternative commentary. So you might be watching, I don't know, Man United versus Man City. You can press the red button, and there might be United fans commentary by a United podcast, or there might be Man City commentary by some Man City YouTube or something, or an ex-players might be doing the commentary on the red button, or there's usually alternative commentary available. This is what this is. So there will be anybody watching this game on Sky there will be your normal Sky commentary on the game, but you will have the option to press the red button to listen to Ryan and Rob doing co-coms on the game.
Oh,
okay.
We won't get to hear it though.
Now, why people lost their head is like, oh my God, why are we pandering to Wrexham? Why is this a thing? But what Sky, I feel, very cleverly did is they felt like if they just announced this was what was happening, people would lose their heads a little bit, and then there'd be comments and people would be sharing it and all this sort of stuff would happen, which is exactly what happened. All of that probably would have, certainly 50-60% of them comments would never have happened if they'd have stated this was a red button alternative commentary, because people would have gone, well, I'm not listening to that, and they would have listened to the normal commentary. Sky didn't do that, and the reason they did that is just engagement farming, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just baiting people to go, I am furious about this, I hate Wrexham, why are we doing this for them? And people's heads just fell off completely. Look, because obviously as a Swansea fan who isn't going to the game, you don't want to be sitting at home listening to Ryan and Rob co-commentating on a game. Do you know what I mean? So because
they're not going to be impartial, I don't think.
No, I just felt that Sky absolutely baited everyone into sharing the message that this was happening. Because for everybody who's really annoyed at something and shares it, there might be one or two people who go, well, actually, I might listen to that. And it might draw people in and all that sort of stuff. So they definitely knew what they were doing with that one. But yeah, I mean, excited. It's a good thing, I think, for Wrexham fans. For fans of every other team, probably not.
No, you get some impartial people that couldn't care less.
Yeah, maybe
not
want to
Swansea
listen.
fans or Wrexham fans that might want to give it a listen.
But it's nice, I think, that Wrexham get a little bit of exposure, because we're not always out there in the world.
No, I think we definitely fall under the radar most of the time, to be honest.
Most of the time, yeah.
Well, before we go on to our Word of the Week,
yes.
We were talking about the US tour.
Yeah.
And you quickly moved on before I could mention CJ and DJ.
You could have just cut me off.
Well, yeah, so we have got some amazing friends in America who are actually...
I love the way that you... I could see your brain going, I'm going to say where they're actually from. And your brain went, I can't quite remember, so I'll just go America.
Well, they've moved, haven't they?
They're in Buffalo, yes.
They're in... Where were they before?
They're in Montana. Bozeman?
Bozeman, yeah. Yes. So they're in Buffalo now, which is...
They might be going back to Bozeman as well, by the way. But that's by the by.
Well, can you wait until after the tour?
Yes.
So they're going to try their very, 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 very best to get themselves tickets to go and watch the game in the Yankee Stadium, I'm assuming, because obviously that's the closest to them.
Yeah.
And also...
Okay.
They mentioned, like, anybody who doesn't know the story, CJ and DJ about 4 years ago.
Oh God, I can't remember now.
It was a while ago.
Yeah.
Were on honeymoon in Portugal, and they decided to cut short part of their honeymoon to come to Wrexham to watch a Wrexham game. And we were lucky enough to meet them, and since then they have become very, very good friends of ours.
Yeah.
And they've got two they've got 2 under 2.
2 under 2.
2 under 2, and they're both girls as well.
Yeah.
And they're planning, hopefully, when they've DJ said once they've tamed them, they're going to bring them over to visit us, which I cannot wait for. I can't wait to have a little cutch with the little buttes. But anyway, yeah, so very excited for you. Hopefully you do get tickets, and they're going to be doing some filming for us, I think.
Look, anyone from the States, from the East Coast, or wherever you are, drop us a message. Let us know. Are you planning on getting tickets? Are you hoping to head over to one of these games? Which one are you going to? Which one are you most excited about? Just let us know. Also,
they might have, if we do signings in the summer, then you might get a glimpse of the new signings that we have.
Yeah, it's a very good. That's basically what pre-season's for, isn't
Yeah,
it? It's a good opportunity to bed players in, and all that sort of stuff. Should we do Welsh Word of the Week?
Let's. Welsh Word of the Week. Welsh Word of the Week. Welsh Word of the Week. Welsh Word of the Week.
So this week's Welsh Word of the Week is Sian?
Agos.
Agos, perfect. You did absolutely nailed it. Do you know what agos means?
I think I do, but I can't remember. So, no, what I'm saying is, when you say it, it'll be like, oh, yeah, I remember, but I can't.
So this is very much relates to our game with Chelsea on Saturday. The word agos, which is on the screen if you're watching on YouTube now, it means close.
That's it.
So I felt like on Saturday we came so close to actually pulling something off. And I felt like it was only appropriate that agos was our Welsh Word of the Week this week. If you want to record that and send it in, that's great. We'll play out any voice notes that we get. Alternatively, if you want to have a go at an intro for Welsh Word of the Week, we've had a couple. Sian has remained victorious, as voted for by all of the listeners. That is why we're still hearing Sian's intro. If you want to have a crack at it, you think you can do it better, then please send them in as well. Happy days. Right, should we talk about Chelsea? A lot to unpick from this one, isn't there? So we'll get into it nice and early. So we had a Joey Jones celebration. Let's start with that. Joey obviously played lots and lots of games for Wrexham during his career. So he was at Wrexham. He left Wrexham. He found himself at Chelsea. Obviously played for Liverpool as well. Then came back to Wrexham later in his career. So the game on Saturday, it was obviously his birthday last week. 71st would have been his 71st birthday. The Wrexham-Chelsea game, he obviously played for both teams. So it felt fitting to do a tribute to Joey. Something that I'm not saying we've never done before, but I certainly, my memory isn't what it used to be. I don't remember doing this before. So in the Mould Road stand, we all had a piece of paper, didn't we?
I didn't have a clue which way to put mine.
No. It was a little bit like, do you hold it sideways? Do you open it out? Do you put it long? It wasn't. I don't think it was completely clear what we were supposed to do. Some of them were red, some of them were white.
Yeah.
We got sort of like an announcement saying, right, hold your pieces of paper up,
Didn't
which
even
we
hear
did.
that announcement.
We did that, and I think it's spelled out.
Oh, Joey.
Oh yeah, it's something. So we were in it, we were involved, and we were holding our paper up. I haven't actually seen any sort of footage of what it looked like.
I have.
Have you?
I'm sure you shared it.
No,
Oh, you might not. Yeah, I've seen it.
Have you? Did
Yeah.
it look good? I suppose
I saw it at the ground, so I think it was because there was so many
obviously,
people.
What do you mean you saw it at the
They
ground?
obviously took a picture of it, didn't they, and then posted it on their socials.
Right, okay. That's what I haven't seen. I wanted to see that. And I think it always depends on the angle that you're seeing it from or how good.
Direct. It's a direct.
And it looked good?
Shot. Yeah, I think so.
Okay. I need to see that.
I think the relevant people who needed to hold their pieces of paper up held their pieces of paper up.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
So I didn't. Had no clue what I was doing. I was in my season ticket seat, holding it up, and I was like, I said to the guy next to me, I said, "Which way are we meant to hold these?"
Yeah.
I had no clue.
Yeah, that's true. Look, the game itself. So we had George Dobson in, which was
It was. He had his little pink cast on.
Yeah, big shock.
It was a shock.
It was sort of like, hang on a minute, because we'd heard he'd had an operation on his wrist. So we weren't expecting him to feature, but he was there and he was in the starting 11. We are short of numbers in that central defensive.
Even shorter now.
The central defensive midfield area. So, I suppose as long as he felt like he could play and Parky was comfortable with him playing, he was always going to play.
Yeah.
But it was a little bit of a shock. So Sam Smith started up front. Zach Viner got his first start in a Wrexham shirt.
Quite impressed, actually.
Yes, I think I was as well. He was obviously playing in midfield.
Uh-huh.
Not what we signed him for, but needs must. I'm with you. I thought he was very good. Very good. I don't really have anything bad to say about him. Playing out of position.
Yep.
He's obviously a regular centre-back.
Mm-hmm.
I've been asked to go and play in midfield, which when he's come on as sub previously, that's where he's gone as well.
Yeah.
Impressed, very impressed with him.
Like
him. I thought he was very good. Issa was out injured, so Ryan Longman came in. We'll talk about him in a minute.
Sorry.
We talked last week about Sam Smith's ability. We asked the question last week. Who'd you go with? Do you go with Sam or do you go with Kiefer when you're picking your starting 11?
Sure, I said Sam.
You did say Sam, but you were very much. It depends on the opposition. I think it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we talked about his ability to be able to turn defences around a little bit. Whereas the ball goes into Kiefer, he holds it up and he brings other people into the play. Sam's strength is very much about getting the defence turned around and running in behind.
Uh-huh.
And we saw the perfect example of this. 18th minute, long ball from Callum Doyle from the edge of his own box over the top of the Chelsea defence, who I don't think painted themselves in any sort of glory, specifically in this moment. Sam turned him around. He got in behind. Very early finish. Sanchez was a little bit at 6s and 7s. He put it past him. 1-0 up. Dreamland straight away.
It was. We were all celebrating, and then all of a sudden, the screen, because the VAR screen, we were wondering where that was going to be. It was obviously over in the lager stand.
Yeah.
You could see it rising up.
Oh, did you? Oh,
yeah.
Okay. So it came up on the two big screens that we've got behind the goal. VAR check, possible offside. I didn't realise when VAR were doing a check that the screen came up.
Well, yeah, because I think it was obviously not to block the fans' views, I suppose.
Yeah, but yeah. I didn't even notice
when
that.
he wasn't looking at it, it was down. So unless somebody was like holding it up for him.
Yeah, but the ref wouldn't have been looking at it then anyway.
When it's down, yeah. Well, it was down.
No, for an offside. The ref doesn't get involved in that. So that's why I was confused, because that offside decision is made purely somewhere else. It has nothing to do with the referee.
But I was just saying that,
but it came up at that point.
Oh no, I don't know.
You're confusing the hell out of me.
Sorry, I was just saying that's where the VAR was.
Yes.
And
that's where the screen. Yeah.
Yeah,
okay,
that's where the screen was.
Let's move on.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, we got the notification up on the big screens saying VAR check in progress, possible offside. We looked over and we were like, oh my God, I forgot this was even here.
Yeah.
I forgot this was even here. We're obviously not used to it. Chelsea fans are obviously used to this. All the Premier League teams are used to this. We are not. And when that came up on screen, we were like, oh my God. Because when a goal goes in, whether it's offside or not is determined by the linesman there and then. We don't have to wait around. We don't need somebody else. Flag didn't come up, so we were all celebrating. We're 1-0 up, happy days. When that come up on screen, we're like, this is going to get taken away from us here. Yeah. And then the goal got given, and I tell you what we got. We got to see both sides of the coin. This side of the coin is actually quite nice.
Because we get to celebrate twice.
You get to celebrate twice, which is sort of, actually, I quite like that.
Yeah.
Because you celebrate when the goal goes in, pandemonium, everyone's really excited. You get that up on the screen, and then you go, brings you back down to earth. and then the goal's given, and you get to celebrate all over again. That element of VAR, for me, I quite like. Because I didn't like the sort of nervousness of waiting for the decision, thinking, because it's one of them things where you've celebrated and you sort of start to think, the other fans over there are gonna think, look at them there, they've celebrated that, and it's ended up being ruled out. But yeah, you get to celebrate twice, which in this instance was very good. We're gonna come on to the other side of the coin a little bit later on. It is good when it goes your way, but obviously it
doesn't always go your way.
It doesn't. But yeah, I was quite surprised. I've seen it back, and I'm not sure it was even close. I get why they've checked it though, but yeah. So we got, we went 1-0 up. Longman had a shot as well, which Sanchez tipped over for a corner. For all their changes, I think they still had some real class in their team. I thought Pedro Neto was superb, and very much he was very hard to get a grip of. Yeah. I think during the game he was very good on the ball. Pains me to say it based on what happened later on, but I think Garnacho's another one. Whereas if you put him in any championship team, your tactic and strategy is just keep giving him the ball, because he gave Longman, he didn't have it all the time. I'm not saying he was, he continuously had the ball, but it was continuously, you would be getting the ball to him all the time. Right, beat your man, get the ball in, beat your man. And he was more than capable of doing that on a regular basis. And yeah, like I say, pains me to say that based on what happened later on. But
I still don't like him.
No, I don't either. But
he's very arrogant.
But you've got to, as when you're doing a podcast, you've just got to be honest, haven't you? And that was my initial.
I'm being honest. I don't like him.
No, I mean, yes, that was my initial reaction of him. I thought he was very good, out on that left.
Would you expect him to be with the amount of money they're on?
Well, yes. And then you've got, obviously 40th minute, ball goes out to Garnacho again. He has a shot.
Is this the net one? The weird bouncing?
No, that's an extra time.
Is it?
Literally, I do this, right? I think, Sian will not remember what's gone on in the game. So I sit her down before we record the podcast to watch the highlights, don't I? Just so you can get everything straight in your head. And then you still get her going, which one's that?
It's just a big blur to me, to be honest.
So he goes out to Garnacho, he has a shot, he puts it past Arthur. George Thomason's on the line. He stops it going in. Without George there, that's going in anyway. But he stops it, tries to clear it, hits Arthur in the back, goes in. So it's an own goal against Arthur. 1-1.
His shoulder, didn't it? Bless him.
Yeah, 1-1. Look, it's 1-1 at half-time. How were you feeling at half-time? 1-1 against a Premier League team. Admittedly, a much changed Premier League team.
Like you said, though, it still had some good stars in there, though.
It did, and I think one a comment that I saw quite a few times from Chelsea fans was, look, you've you were playing against our C team. Ultimately, I mean, if you look at all the players who took part in the game on Saturday, there is easily over 200 Premier League appearances between the lot of them this season.
Yeah.
On the pitch, they're not. It's not like the Chelsea fans are looking at them going, I don't know who they are. That's what a C team is.
Even I knew who some of them were, so that's saying something, because I know nothing about Chelsea.
No, but a C team is you're sitting in the stand going, oh God, who are these?
Joe Bloggs from
yeah, exactly. C team, no. But 1-1 at half-time, I thought we were banging it. I thought we were probably the better team in that first half.
100%.
Yeah. Very back and forth sort of second half. We were holding our own. I remember.
We didn't look out of place at all, I don't think, in the whole night. Well, the 90 minutes and then extra time, I don't think we looked out of place.
I think that's fair to say. I felt like we were definitely... Look, a full-strength Chelsea team with João Pedro playing from the start, with Cole Palmer in there, Enzo Fernandez, Moises Caicedo, I dare say would have been a very different story.
Was Cole Palmer on the bench?
No, he wasn't.
He wasn't there
at all. So I dare say that would have been a different story. But against what we had in front of us, I felt like we were very good. Like I said, we very much held our own. 78th minute, we thought we had gone and won it. Corner from Dobson. I think it was a shot from Windass, and it just ended up in the back of the net. That was what we saw at the game. The Windass shot. It sort of felt like it deflected off somebody, ended up in the back of the net. It got given to Callum Doyle. Callum Doyle went off and celebrated. And that was it. We just thought, Windass had a shot. It's deflected off Callum Doyle. It's only after when we've watched the highlights that we've then got, oh my God, what has he done there? Because he's literally purposely seen it and flicked it and sent Sanchez the wrong way. It's a great finish. So there's a goal and an assist for him.
He's just superb.
Yeah, he is.
Even some of the Chelsea players have said that he's such a good player.
Players? What players said this?
I can't remember. It might have been fans.
Okay.
I was just trying to big it up a bit.
Yeah, probably fans.
I'm sure somebody said. I'm sure. Don't know.
No. Yeah. Look, is Doyle cranking up to be our player of the season for you?
100%. Yeah. And I think,
Who's challenging him? That's
Lewis
the question.
O'Brien's doing pretty good at the moment.
Okay. But if we're talking player of the season, throughout the whole season, what are you?
Well, I mean, Ollie Rathbone came in
late.
This is Do you do it from the start of the season?
Well, yeah, that's what player of the season is. Yes.
So Ollie can't even be in the mix, really, can he?
Callum Doyle was out for a bit as well, remember, because he got sent off against Oxford and he missed the next sort of 5 or 6 games after that. He wasn't included. He wasn't thrown straight back in by Parky. He missed a few games too. But for you,
Sam Smith may be in the run-in. I think he's been superb.
He has. I think it's him for me.
Callum Doyle.
Yeah, I think.
Oh yeah,
so.
without a shadow of. But I'm saying if we're who he's going up against.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, I think Callum Doyle 100% deserves it. And do you know what? The fact that we've got him and he's not a lone player or anything like that. So he's, not saying he's not going to go anywhere in the future because he is only young and whatever. But the fact that we've got him now, he's just... And, when he doesn't get something doesn't go his way, you can see the disappointment and, that he loves this club, and all the lads do. You can see that, and I think people at the beginning of the season were a bit like when Kiefer Moore came in and Nathan Broadhead, and they were like, they're only here to pick up Josh Windass even as well. They're only here to pick up a wage slip every week, a wage, whatever you call it, a wage. But I genuinely think that each and every one of these guys that are on our team absolutely love this team.
Can I make quite a bold statement?
Is it against me or?
No.
Crack on.
God,
then.
Ego.
Usually your bold statements have got. Well, Sean, you're a bit of an idiot.
No, I'm going to make a bold statement.
Oh, you're going to predict something.
Can I finish my sentence?
No.
I've literally said this and you've gone, oh, is this about me? And then you've gone, oh, you're going to make a prediction now, yeah? Do you want to have another stab at it before I say what I actually am about to say?
I'll keep my mouth shut.
Okay. My bold statement is... my bold statement is I think that Callum Doyle is one of the best players I have ever seen pull on a Wrexham shirt.
That is a bold statement.
I told you it was. I think for anybody who look, we've had great players.
We have.
I have watched lots of players down the years. I've watched Gary Bennett play. I've watched Mickey Thomas play. I've watched.
You ever watched Joey Jones
Yes.
play? You have.
I have watched all these players, but I am going to say that Callum Doyle, I'm not saying he is the best.
One of, you said.
I think he is one of the best players I've seen in a Wrexham shirt in my life.
And the fact that he's so young as well is just so good.
I can't see a way that for me, I think he's just going to get better.
Yeah.
At the age that he's at, I can't see how he doesn't get better and better and better and learns more and more and more. And, I can't see a way that he doesn't play in the Premier League.
Yeah.
And I can't see a way that he doesn't play for England one day.
Yeah.
Because I personally...
Just gutted he's English and he can't play for us.
I personally think he is that good. And I think he will continue to get better.
100%.
Is he good enough to play for England now? No, that's not what I'm saying. I
bet he'd give it a good damn go, though.
I am saying I don't see a way that isn't where he ends up.
Yeah.
And I genuinely feel like he's one of the best players I've ever seen play for us.
He's, honestly, I love watching... Do you know what? I'm going to say, when he first came... Because he's quite a big lad, isn't he? And I thought, I'm not sure he's going to have the speed. He's going to have, he's going to be knackered after whatever. But I literally eat my words because he's just 100%. He knows, you've said it before, that he's very much Man City trained, like academy.
Yeah, you can tell.
You can tell. But he's just amazing. I absolutely love Callum Doyle, and I just don't like. My dad messaged me during the game, and he was like, "Callum Doyle for me for man of the match," and I was like, "He was man of the match for BBC as well."
Yeah, he was.
Other ITV, other terrestrial channels are available. He's like you said, he's just going to get better and better and better as he gets older.
I think so. Look, the lead only lasted 4 minutes. Dobson sort of lost the ball, ended up on the floor, and in the blink of an eye, Acheampong made it 2-2. He's not that far out, but he's at an angle and he's just lashed it and it's gone right in the top corner. Not sure there's much Arthur could have done. No. We didn't have, as a team, we didn't have long to build on that 2-1 advantage, which it is a bit gutting because you sort of feel like if we'd have had sort of 10 minutes to sort of, if it was a bit early and we had 10 minutes and we could have built a bit more momentum. But yeah, they got straight back into it and made it 2-2. Windass nearly won it for us right at the end. Thomason out on the left, he had a shot, which I'm watching it back, I'm pretty sure was going wide, but Sanchez saved it down to his left. The ball sort of spewed up into the air. Windass header. Sanchez was nowhere. He was going one way. Windass put it the other, and it just fell the wrong side of the post. I say just the wrong side. It was a yard or so wide of the post. But I think, that was a great chance for us to push on again and win it.
Yeah.
And then we're back on our heels, and Pedro Neto hits the bar. And you're thinking, oh, God, we're lucky to not be 3-2 down after being, 2-1 up 5 minutes ago. And then I suppose comes the biggest talking point probably of the game, and the one that will divide people the most.
Yeah.
Across fans of Wrexham, it will completely divide. I think it'll divide other fans just of football or of other clubs. It will divide lots and lots of people, this will. So, we're into time added on at the end of the game. We're holding on for extra time. Garnacho breaks down the left, wriggles away from someone, can't remember who it was. He's quick anyway. So he's putting the ball down the line. Dobson comes in with a very Dobson-esque tackle.
Yeah.
It's something that I dare say Dobson has picked up 80% of the yellow cards in his career for, which is he's going to get past me. I can't get there. I'm just going to take him down to stop them attacking, and that's what Dobson does. He's very much a sort of midfield enforcer in the sense of going, he will take a yellow card all day long if it means stopping them building an attack. That's just what he does. So he stretches for it late. I will admit he's late, and he takes Garnacho out. I am quite grateful that someone goes and puts their hand on Garnacho to make sure he's okay, because I think he might still be rolling now.
Yeah.
If they hadn't done that.
Yeah.
Ref Cucurella is in the ref's face saying it's a bad tackle.
He should have had a yellow for.
He didn't suggest a yellow.
No, but he's not the captain. So
yeah, I know. I don't know where that rule's gone. That rule's gone out the window. People surround the ref all day long. So ref takes his time, decides he wants to give a yellow, and then,
which is fair enough. We accept that.
I completely accept that.
Accept that yellow. Yeah.
It was
late.
100%.
It was Yeah.
Now this is when VAR get involved. I'll ask your opinion in a second. When this first happened, we sort of all went, "Ooh, that's late." It was very late. Okay. Now, we've had the benefit of seeing the replays, and all that. It was sent to VAR. VAR then recommended that the referee go and have a look at it again on the monitor, which is your little favourite, the little monitor that came up out the stand. He had a look at it. He changed his initial decision from a yellow to a red. Dobson off. So
Garnacho was fine.
All of that. So that's your scenario. What was your opinion of the red card itself?
I thought it was ridiculous. I thought, 100% a red. He did deserve that.
100% a red?
A yellow, I meant.
Sorry. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I meant a yellow, not a red.
I don't know why I'm sorry. I'm just, okay, yeah.
Sorry for you.
Yeah.
But a red card, it wasn't. Yes, it was late, but it wasn't high. It wasn't. I don't think it was, because it was, what was it called? Serious foul play or something, the ref said.
Very much so. That's something I was going to bring up. It was changed, and the reason it was changed was for serious foul play.
In moments like this, the ref had decided at that time to give him a yellow card. But I feel like referees are so, like, they need to start sticking to their convictions. They've said, look, I'm giving a yellow. I've seen it again. Yes, it was late, but his studs weren't, like, that high. Even Wayne Rooney said it didn't deserve a red. And, come on, Wayne Rooney. I'm not just saying this because I'm a Wrexham fan. Wayne Rooney's impartial. He said it didn't deserve a red. I don't think it deserved a red, and I felt so sorry for George when he had to go off.
Yeah, there's lots of arguments here, isn't there? One, there's just a VAR argument as a whole, because are you a fan? Whether you're a fan of VAR or not, look, it
is what it is. It's there for.
We've had our first taste of VAR. I hated VAR before this.
Yeah,
I hated it because I feel like VAR sucks all of the fun out of football.
It does, because like you said before, when we scored, Sam Smith scored the first goal, you kind of like celebrate and then you like hold your breath and you don't, and then you think, it sucks all the fun out of it.
For me, I do despise it. It is a case of you have hired people to do a job. You've hired a referee, you've hired linesmen, and you've hired a fourth official. And then what you have decided is that you are going to re-referee this game with 25 cameras pointing at incidents, and you're going to change decisions. I mean, for me, perhaps just referee the game from a booth with a TV screen.
I was going to say, why have we got a referee on the pitch?
What's the point?
Yeah.
So I think it's that VAR as a whole is an argument for another time.
It's very flawed.
But I hate it. I think it saps every bit of enjoyment out of football. And I'm not just saying that because of what happened to us in the FA Cup. I've thought that forever. I hate it. I think if you go back to Coventry in the semi-final of the FA Cup, was it last season when they were playing Man United? They scored. They're just about to knock Man United out. They're in the Championship to go into the final, and the guy's given offside by what must have been a
toenail.
A toenail length.
And if he'd cut his toenails the night before, it probably wouldn't have been over.
I hate it. I hate it because and people are going, yeah, but you end up at the right decision. I'm not sure I care about that. Whether it goes against me or for me, that's what football is. You've got a guy there who's there to make a decision. Guess what? Sometimes he's going to get that wrong.
Yeah.
What I don't want is to forensically analyse every single little thing that happens in football, and then somebody there going, well, we've come to the right decision, haven't we? Who cares? Who cares that we're coming to the forensic right decision of every single situation? Who cares? That's not what the game's been about for over 100 years. So why does it have to be the minutest of detail that is analysed now? So that's my VAR rant out of the way, because VAR for me should go in the bin, and I hate it.
Yeah, can I just say though, the fact that it is only in the Premier League is, I think, says it all. For me, no matter who you are, like obviously we're a Championship team playing a Premier League team. I felt, and this is my opinion, so this is just my opinion. I felt like VAR or whoever whatever didn't want Wrexham to win yesterday, and I feel like VAR whatever was pandering to these Premier League players, and I feel like a lot of these Premier League players, in certain teams, not all teams, like your Chelsea's, they are very. I just feel like sometimes they're overpaid, and they're massive crybabies. I think
if when you're running a competition, what you want is underdog stories. So I'm not sure I completely agree. I have seen that your comment I have seen online as well, where they're going, they just want the big six in the next round, and
okay.
And that that I've seen them comments online that people going, yeah, they want the Chelseas, they want the Cities, they want
money,
because they feel that's a bigger draw. I sort of feel like maybe as a competition they want the underdog in there as well. And people going, oh, Wrexham the underdog after what you've spent against what a team like Chelsea with the amount they've spent, about roughly around £1 billion. Yes, we are still the underdog.
If we were playing Mansfield,
so I sort of feel like they want a team like Wrexham, or they still want. So I don't completely agree with your comment there that they want the big team through all the time. I think what they want is, how many eyes would that draw to a competition if a team like Chelsea go out to a team like Wrexham? I feel like, so I don't really believe in that, in what you're saying. The incident itself, now I've seen it. All right, and I'm going to admit that it was very late.
Yeah,
okay?
I don't disagree with that.
I don't know, and that it is very late. He has stopped an attack happening. It's a yellow card for me all day long. I feel like the ref got it right the first time.
Yep.
Okay, so that is my stance. Please feel free to comment, if you're watching on YouTube, down below, or get in touch with us if you've got a different opinion. But I felt it was a yellow. The more I watch it, possibly the worse it gets. But I still think I still haven't, even though it gets worse every time I watch it, I still don't feel it's tipped over into a red card challenge for me personally. Now, I was a little confused why he'd been sent off in the first instance, because I hadn't seen the replay. I've obviously since seen lots of replays.
Did you see it on the big screen when they replayed it?
I didn't. No.
I did.
And so I had to watch the slow-mo replay 3 times before I realised that there's a slight nick on Garnacho's shin pad. So George has caught his sort of shin pad area. So with his studs. I didn't see that initially. So there's not a huge contact there. It's literally a glancing blow off his shin pad. Okay. Now, I didn't see that at first. And I had to watch that a couple of times before I realised that that's what's happened. Now, they said the tackle was high. I don't feel it's that high. When you're challenging for a ball, you're always going to be sort of like lower half of the leg down. His studs haven't gone directly into his leg for me. Now, and I felt the key thing in that challenge was that his studs made contact, but it was a glancing blow. Would you be happy admitting that he made a glancing blow across the front of him? Now, what anybody who disagrees with me, what I would suggest is something that happened this season quite recently. I would suggest that you Google Diogo Dalot, that's D-A-L-O-T, tackle on Jeremy Doku, D-O-K-U.
Oh, yes.
Google that, right? Have a look at that. That is full studs into the knee.
Nothing happened, did it?
And Jeremy Doku's got a straight leg at the time. So any force that bends his knee backwards, a very, very dangerous tackle. That was a yellow. That was referred to VAR, and VAR decided to keep it as a yellow because they felt it was a glancing blow on the knee. Now, if you compare them two tackles, then this is where the whole system falls down for me, is you want to forensically analyse every single thing that's happening on a football pitch. The problem you've got is you've got zero consistency between one thing and the next. Yeah.
I think it very much depends who's in charge of the VAR at the time.
It is, because you're forensically analysing these situations, but you are leaving the ultimate decision back with somebody who is going to have a subjective view on what has just happened. So if we're going to go to subjective view, just leave it as the original decision that's on the pitch and get rid of it. Mm-hmm. Look at them two tackles and tell me which one people think is the worst.
I remember that tackle.
This is where I get lost in, if you're going to do something and you want it to be that forensic, then you've got to create a standard, and you can't say that's not a red because it's only a glancing blow. The Dalot one wasn't even a glancing blow, but that's not because it's a glancing blow. That one is, even though it's a glancing blow. I don't understand. This is where I'm lost.
There's no logic.
I'm lost with it, and it ventures into the game's gone territory for me. And look, I am old enough, wise enough, ugly enough to admit that when I played football 20, 25, 30 years ago, it was completely different. And people used to kick lumps out of each other. So my view on football might be slightly skewed against somebody who is only watch football with VAR, for example, like a young Premier League team fan. We're not going to have the same opinion of what is acceptable and what's not acceptable. No. I can admit that the game has moved on and the players are more protected these days than they once were. I can admit that, and I'm also wise enough to understand that Sunday League football and Premier League football have different standards and have different levels of what should be allowed. And I'm not saying that.
Can you imagine VAR in Sunday League? Bloody hell.
But I just don't like it. I don't like it at all. It's just wrong
You're
for me.
You're going red in the face.
I am going red in the face because
I'm the one who's meant to be angry.
I think if the ref had looked at that scenario and gone, do you know what? That's a red. I probably would have disagreed, But I'd have gone, the guy's made a decision, right? And
and then in the moment,
I've just got to go with that because that's what he's decided.
Yeah.
And I can
And
maybe,
he's on the pitch
in
and
the
we're
heat of the
not.
moment, he's looking right there. I'll just, it is what it is. It's one of them tackles that you go, it's a stupid tackle to make, but he felt like he had to make it to break down the attack. And you sort of agree with it. But when it has to go to VAR, it comes back to the ref, and he hasn't got the courage to just go, do you know what? I saw it. I already saw it. Yeah, all right, there's a little nick off his shin pad, but come on. I'm sticking with what I originally said. That refs don't have the courage to do that. They feel like when they're asked to go and look at the monitor, I've got to go and look at the monitor. That must mean that them people over there want me to change my mind.
Yeah.
So I'll change my mind. So look, it is one of them games gone scenarios for me. And some people will go, look, it is a red. That's fine. That's your opinion. For me, I prefer a more robust type of football than other people do. I prefer people getting stuck in and winning balls and following through a little bit, and
not to the point of injuring somebody, but
no, not at all. That's not what I'm saying.
No, exactly.
Because let's be completely honest, there was nothing wrong with Garnacho.
No, he was up.
Nothing wrong with him.
No.
And out there to all the people who've going, if that was a couple of inches the other way, it might have done him a serious injury. Guess what? It wasn't a couple of inches the other way. We can't start giving red cards for hypothetical what if it was a little bit further on. If you go for a ball, right, and you go quite high and your foot ends up 8 inches from somebody's head, you can't then send him off going, well, yeah, but if it was a foot the other way, it'd have taken his nose off. You can't start going, moving the goalpost to going, yeah, but if he was further over, he wasn't. Okay, so all of them comments can just get in the bin as far as I'm concerned, because the ifs and buts make no sense, because it wasn't further over. He didn't catch him flat on studs. It was a glancing blow.
You can see on the picture, can't you, that it's
his back stud. His back stud catches the shin pad.
Yeah.
Fine. Yeah. If this is what the game is, now, then this is what the game is. But for somebody like me who's grown up with football the way that I've grown up with football, game's gone if this is the way that it's going, because I can't be bothered watching football where things like that are a red card.
And it takes time as well, doesn't it? Like it's just
look, and you'll have people going, yeah, but what if that was the other way round? Yeah, look, I'd be entitled. I don't know what I'd say, because it's not the other way round. This is the way that I've seen it, right? And I always feel like I'm honest on here. And when a Wrexham player has been sent off in the past,
if they've deserved it,
I've said that is a red card. That is a red card. I don't think he's been stupid. It's a stupid tackle. He's done this wrong. He's done that wrong. And I've admitted that the red card is correct. I always try and play devil's advocate, where I go, let's take the Wrexham hat off and let's look at that as an incident. And for me, it's one of them scenarios where you sit there and you see it back and you just go, what's the point?
Yeah.
What's the point in watching football anymore? Because the slightest touch, he's going to go down like somebody, like Negan's hitting with a baseball bat around the head. And he's going to roll about forever, and then he's going to get up like nothing's happened, and then that's going to cloud the judgment, and then the ref's going, oh, but I've missed a tiny little nick on his shin pad, so I think I need to send him off now. The game's just boring if you're going to do that. And if this is what VAR is doing to football, then
let's stay in the Championship.
It needs blowing up, as far as I'm concerned. I'm sick of it. And we've only had it for one game.
Yeah.
But I watch a lot of Premier League, and I'm sick of it in the Premier League. And look, for me, it's not a red. But, maybe the style of football I like watching isn't the same as what other people watch. End of. Anyway, look, extra time. Garnacho scored, didn't he, to make it 3-2. Didn't know it'd gone in. actually.
Oh, it was so weird, that goal. That's the one I was talking about before.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone did, to be honest.
Thought it hit the post.
Yeah. So did I. And I think he did as well.
No, he didn't. He knew it was in. He went up.
No, he sort of stopped and then he...
Yeah, I think he stopped because nobody else sort of reacted and the crowd didn't react.
Yeah.
And he was like, I'm pretty sure that went in.
Yeah.
But these goals are problematic for that because it's happened before. I think it happened... Was it against Port Vale?
I don't know.
In an EFL trophy game or something like that. I don't get why they have these goals. They're horrible. And then
what's his name? Joe Cole said in an interview. He said they're just these goals.
They're awful.
They're like training goals.
Yeah, awful. Look, he scored, made it 3-2. And then obviously he went and sat on the advertising hoardings thinking he's Cristiano Ronaldo.
Oh my God, that riled up a lot.
So wanted someone to swing a punch at him,
and push him off.
And I feel so bad for saying that. I really do, because I do not condone anyone ever doing that. But in that moment, I was sitting there going, someone at him.
I think somebody probably would have if the stewards hasn't there.
And it was just like, but I always have to respect the hustle of somebody.
You like that though, don't you?
I do. And in the cold light of day, right, as a Wrexham fan, when he does that and he goes and sits on the advertising hoardings and he looks all smug, as a Wrexham fan, you go, I want someone to smack you. But then in the cold light of day, when you're sitting there, you're going, yeah, fair play, mate. You know, to go and sit right in front of the fans of the team that you're playing against, having scoring. I do have a level of respect for that. That's the type of football that I like. I like people shushing the other fans. I like them winding the fans up in some way. I like a strong tackle. This is all the type of stuff that I like in football. And I just, anyway. Look, we were still in it at 3-2. I feel like I need to dial it down.
We do. We need to move on, to be honest.
We do. Look, Brunt.
Oh, my God.
So he came on, really happy for him that he's come back.
Yeah,
on.
I saw him warming up and I was like, oh my God, it's Brunt.
Yeah. Look, corner come in. Kiefer Moore header. It's dropped down. Brunt at the back post, nods it in. Absolute pandemonium in the racecourse. Then we get the old VAR check, possible offside. We're like, oh, I don't know. And obviously it's ruled out for offside. I've seen it again, too forensic for my liking. They are
toenail.
Yeah, well, it's a good. What is it? What's that? 3 inches.
I mean,
it's just, and it's
3 inches, isn't it?
Yeah, and I saw loads of Chelsea fans online going, yeah, but it's offside, isn't it? Yeah, I know, but me personally, I don't want my football being that forensic. I want the linesman, if it's clear and obvious, the linesman's putting his flag up, isn't he? Or he might make a mistake. Who knows? That's football. But to have it, it's my first experience of VAR, and I just hate it. I hate it more than what I hated it before. Yeah. Which I didn't think was possible. But yeah, we this is the other side of the coin from what we were talking about earlier, from Sam's goal.
Yeah.
We had this wait, and it was like, oh, it'd be great though if we could celebrate this goal again. And it's like, no, ruled out, offside. I suppose the first question is, Kiefer's header, was it going in anyway?
I don't know. There's too many people around the thing. I couldn't say.
I'm not sure it was. I think it was going to hit the post and come back out. And I think in that scenario, you've just got to make sure it's going in.
Exactly.
And I think he did the right thing.
Yeah. Just didn't go our way.
No. Look, Lewis O'Brien had one last chance. I felt there was one more chance in it.
Yeah.
Ball came back to O'Brien. Hit it with his left. Just not enough. You said it, didn't you? Just wasn't enough curl on it.
No, honestly, a little bit of wind or something.
Yeah,
a little tiny bit of wind. It would have curled to the right and it would have gone in top corner. And it just, yeah.
Sanchez was nowhere. He wasn't getting it. I think we all thought it was in.
We did.
We sort of jumped up and it was like, oh, it's just agonising wide. João Pedro'd come on, and he just showed a bit of quality, didn't he? And just showed. It's one of them players where you sort of feel like, look, if he was on from the start, would we have still even been in it? A couple of their players.
You just don't know, do you?
You just don't know.
No.
And, he tired legs, he'd come on and he just sort of ran past a few people, put it in the corner. But look, ended 4-2. I don't think we could be prouder of the display that they put on.
No, when you've left we've lost games in the past, and they've played abysmally. You kind of you're just annoyed, but I think as much as Wrexham fans were annoyed. Not annoyed, but upset that we didn't manage to, just get it over the line and get into the sixth round or whatever it's called, semi-final, quarterfinals. Quarterfinals. I don't think any Wrexham fan will be disappointed in their performance. They literally, Ryan Reynolds, didn't he? He said that they left every last bit of blood on that pitch, and apparently Max Cleworth was like, I don't know, but they did, and I'm like yesterday when I did the final whistle post on our socials, I usually do the stats of the game, but I just wanted to say, I thought it was appropriate to just say how brilliant they were, and we're all us two are definitely proud of them, and we hope they bring that exact same gameplay on Tuesday against Hull.
That's the worry now, isn't it? That you've expelled so much energy in producing that amazing performance that, Tuesday might come around a bit too quickly for you. Fingers crossed it won't. Look, quick fantasy EFL update.
Do you want a name?
Yes, let's have a name. Who's in first place, Shan, in the fantasy EFL update? Oh, okay. Look,
Arabella was one.
Arabella. I like that.
Arabella Wilcox.
That's a Arctic Monkeys song, Arabella.
Is it?
Arabella Wilcox is in first on 2,605. Ian Dougal in second, 2,565. We have a new entry at number 3. We've got Joshua De Hoyt. I'm not sure. Please correct me, Joshua.
I'll just call him Lumpy Cheese.
What?
Is that what his nickname is?
Oh, I don't know what it is. No,
Lumpy Cha.
Says. Yeah, it's cut off. Yeah, on 2,470.
It's close, isn't it?
It is getting tight. Look, we got 2 games coming up this week, Shan. First or second?
First.
Go.
So we are about to head into our 36th league game of the season against Hull City. It's on Tuesday, the 10th of March at 7:45 at home at the Racecourse. Under the lights. They are currently 5th in the championship on 60 points. If we beat them on Tuesday, we go into 5th, so we jump over them.
Exciting.
Yep. Have lost their last 2 league games, including a 3-1 at home loss to Millwall on Saturday. They have lost 3 of their last 5. They've won the other 2. So their last 5 away, they've won 4, lost 1. Our last 5 home games, this is league games, not including any other competitions. We've won 2, drawn 1, and lost 2. We lost our last meeting in December the 10th, and it was 2-0 when we went away to Hull City. And their top scorer, Holly McBurney, this name. Honestly, this name just keeps propping up.
Yeah.
Their top scorers are Ollie McBurney, who is on 13, and Joe Gelhart, who is on 12.
Prediction, Shan.
I'm going to go 2-1 to Wrexham.
I'm going to go 2-0 then.
Okie doke.
I'm going to keep ploughing that field.
I'm just going to put them in my notes because I've got airplane mode on. So
let's move on to Friday. That is our 37th league game of the season, and it is against our South Wales rivals, Swansea. Friday the 13th of March at 8 p.m. at home at the Racecourse. They're 14th in the championship on 49 points. We're 18 points clear of them, meaning we're the highest placed Welsh team in the English leagues. Last 5, they've won 2, drawn 1, and lost 2. Their last 5 away games, they've lost 4 and won 1. As Sean mentioned before, our last 5 home games, we've won 2, drawn 1, and lost 2. We lost against these last time out as well. 2-1.
We were supposed to go to this, weren't we?
Yeah,
but I'd had my operation.
Yeah, we lost 2-1 away on the 19th of December. Top scorer is Zan Vipotnik on 17 goals this season. Snoop Dogg, I swear I don't suppose we can let this slide by.
Do you reckon he's going to head over to the racecourse?
I don't
Ryan
know.
and Rob will be there. Oh, they will. Well, they will be there, won't they?
I'm pretty confident they don't know each other from any sort of like circles that they mix in.
Oh, I'm sure they're all A-listers. They all know each other somehow.
Whether he will reach out and whether he'll come down, I've
That'll
got
be so bizarre
no
seeing
idea.
Snoop Dogg in the box above us.
I know, but obviously Snoop is a minority stakeholder in Swansea, so he doesn't own a massive amount there. But yeah, be interesting to see if he makes any sort of social media posts or he actually turns up at the game. Who knows? Prediction
3-2.
3-2.
I'm going all out.
Why not? Can I go 3-0?
You do what you like, lad.
I feel that's mental, but I'm going to do it.
Hey, 5-3 was mental.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Can you imagine it was 5-3 again?
Look, if you'd like to support the show, you can do it in a few different ways. Like and subscribe. If you're watching on YouTube, it's completely free. If you enjoy the podcast, then why not leave us a 5-star review on whatever platform that you listen to us on. You can super chat us on our YouTube lives, which we do after every game. I say that, but we won't be doing one on Tuesday after Hull. Hull, I'm a little bit gutted about. It's the I'll be missing the game. Sean will be there on Tuesday. I'll be missing it. I'm working and I can't get out of work, unfortunately, so I'll be missing Tuesday's game. Just a quick one on our lives before I thank a couple of people. We were doing our live after the game on Saturday. I think we got about 12 minutes in and we completely lost connection. So strangely, the video, we were still getting comments coming through.
It's the same as what happened last time.
Yeah, they're still getting comments coming through, but the video completely froze and cut off. So sorry about that, but there's nothing we can do about the mobile network in Wrexham. So yeah, sorry about that. A big thank you to Steve and also to Sarah for that, for supporting the show through our super chat. Or you can buy us a coffee, and you do that by visiting buymeacoffee.com/me-the-wife.
You can also hype our videos as well. You always forget to hype our videos. So if you go onto our profile and you've got like underneath our profile picture, you've got all the like, comment, da-da-da-da. If you scroll to the right, there's a hype button. You can click on that. And it just helps our video get seen more, and you can actually do that 3 times a week, I think it is.
Yeah, I think so. So get hyping.
Get hyping.
Look, go on.
If you want to contact the show, you can do so. You can comment on YouTube on this video or any other video that we've actually posted. You can click contact the show at the bottom of the description if you are listening to us as a podcast. You can find us on social media at @MeTheWifePod, or you can email us at methewife and wrexhamafc@gmail.com.
Quick shout out for Dragon Chat. So it's a mental health peer support group. They run 2 weekly Zoom calls. One is on a Monday at 8 p.m. and that is for women. The other is at 7 p.m. on a Thursday and that is for men. The best way to get on these calls, if you go to the Wrexham AFC website, go to the communities tab, scroll to health.
You nearly malfunctioned then.
Shut up, you. Go to the communities tab, scroll to health, and you'll find Dragon Chat in there. Alternatively, the details of how to get in on them calls are in the description of this and every episode we have ever done on YouTube. It's quiz time. Simple this week. Everything's dying. The lights are dying. Oh, we found a way to keep the lights on on this, which
we just haven't done it yet.
we're gonna, yeah. So you're watching us on YouTube. You'll notice after about an hour
What's it got?
Yeah, about an hour and 10 minutes. The lights die. We found a way to fix that, so that will be fixed as of next week. Hopefully, we'll be testing it anyway. So it's a true or false quiz this week.
Okay.
Mainly because it's been a very busy week.
It has been. Yeah.
So I've kept it simple.
Yeah.
Okay. Very much based on obviously the game at the weekend. Okay. Question 1. We're unlucky with Chelsea's first goal on Saturday, an own goal by Arthur Okonkwo. That was our first own goal of the season.
False.
True or false?
False. No. I don't know. Well, I can't remember. I think it was Max Cleworth.
Okay. 1, Max Cleworth. Any others?
I'm just going 1.
Okay,
because that's
all
all
right.
you.
You don't need to do the angry voice.
That's all you've asked me to do. So 1.
No, you don't have to name it. It's just true or false. That's it.
Well, if it's not Max Cleworth, then I still get it right.
Yes, of course you do.
Yeah, Max Cleworth.
I'm just trying to, expand.
Max Cleworth.
False is the answer.
Yeah, false is the answer, but it was Max Cleworth.
Yeah, I was just asking as a side note. It is false. So we had Conor Cody against QPR and we had Max Cleworth.
Forgot about Cody, if I'm honest.
Yeah, versus Millwall.
Yeah.
In the game against Chelsea, we certainly went outclassed and we actually had more shots than Chelsea. True or false?
False.
That is false. We had 19, they had 21. So very close, but yeah, they had more shots than us. So 2 out of 2?
2 for 2.
Oh, you like the simple ones, don't you? Question 3. Premier League teams love to pass the ball around, as we well know. Chelsea completed over 1,000 passes against us on Saturday. Is that true or false?
Let's go true.
It is true.
That is mental.
1,010.
I think that's the first time that's ever been that much.
I can't remember ever seeing that from any opponent we have ever faced.
No.
Although,
mental.
admittedly, I don't delve into the stats that much, but
I do, and that's the first time I've ever seen it.
Yeah. Question 4, 3 out of 3.
3 out of 3, baby.
We certainly kept the pressure on Chelsea throughout the game and ended up with more than double the corners that they did. Is that true or false? More than double.
False.
False? That's true. So we had 9 and they had 4.
Oh.
Unlucky. Still 3 out of 4 though. Even if you get the last one wrong, 3 out of 5's not too shabby, is it? I mean, it's pretty poor when you're on 3 out of 3, but yeah, let's move on. Question 5. Lewis Brunt's late equaliser was ruled out thanks to VAR. If it would have been allowed, it would have been our 10th goal in the competition this season. True or false?
True.
True? Absolutely not. No, it's false. We've scored 6. So against Forest, we scored 3, Ipswich 1, and Chelsea 2. So yeah, nowhere near. I've enjoyed that. I like having a rant.
Yeah.
I feel like it's cleansing. But yeah, look, comment away. Let us know what you think. Do you think it was a red card or not? Do you like VAR in football? If we were to get promoted to the Premier League, we'd have VAR all the time. Would you rather stay in the Championship now you've seen what VAR is like? Or, has it changed anything that you feel about football, whether you're at the game or whether you weren't? Let us know. Comment away. And trust me, if you completely disagree with anything we've said, we will just ignore it. No, I'm joking. If you completely disagree, we will not be offended at all. Just remember to keep it respectful. And, that's all you've got to do. You can have a completely different opinion to us. As long as you're respectful, it's good to have different opinions. It's these people who have a different opinion and are just horrible with it. They're the ones that do my head in. But yeah, look, enjoy the rest of your week, guys. Enjoy Hull on Tuesday. I won't, but yeah, enjoy it wherever you are.
You'll be able to hear us from work. maybe.
Yeah, I possibly will be able to hear you from work if the goal goes in, but not inside where I'm working, which is usually around 100 decibels. I think that will probably drown it out.
Yeah, probably.
If I'm sitting outside at the time, maybe. But yeah, look, enjoy the rest of your week, guys. Join us Friday at full time after the Swansea game for our full time live, and comment away as you do. We love you all. Enjoy the week. See you next week, guys.
Bye.